Well, welcome back to another video for the channel. I'm going to start straight away by apologising because I've been trying since Surf's Comp to get a good video out for you guys, but I've probably had 5-6 sessions and just blanked everyone. And I know you can't catch every time, but you guys just don't want to see session after session of no fish. Second apology of the night. In my rush to get out of the house this evening, I've forgotten my microphone. So I hope the audio on this video is okay. Luckily it's not too windy tonight, but it does mean I'm going to have to make sure I'm facing the camera the whole time. So yeah, that being said, back out on the cod hunt. It's a really cold evening tonight. I think it's about -2 right now. So we've got the first bait out there already. We've got a good sea running today, and we're fishing probably 2 hours of the flood and then see how it goes, probably 1 of the ebb. Unless the fishing is really good, then I'll stay on a bit longer. As I say, pretty good sea, bit of colour in the water, not quite as much colour as I would have wanted, but yeah, at least we've got some movement, so that's good, and the temperature's dropped as well. So I'm hoping, we've also got a pretty good forecast this week coming, with some pretty heavy winds coming towards the end of the week, so I'm hoping that will pick the sea up even more. So fingers crossed. I'm going to plan to maybe stay local, or maybe even head back up to Arbroath, see if we can get back up there and pick a fish out from there if the conditions looking favourable. So there's a few other people out tonight. I can see 1, 2, 3 other head torches at the moment. So yeah, it's a good sign that I'm possibly in the right place. I've been checking the weather and the swell direction, and this was the bit where I thought would produce the most movement, and yeah, looks like things are working out so far. So I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Let's watch this rod and see if we can pick up a fish or two tonight. I can't say it's from lack of trying. I've had so many sessions out recently, so definitely due a fish. So let's watch this and see what happens. Well, I've just picked up the rod to hold it here because it was a bit hard to see in the swell, but good sign that bait's been out there about 5 minutes and I'm already getting a decent knock here. So I'm just going to hold on to this for a minute and just see if I can feel that bite a bit better. I was rattling quite a lot for a minute when I picked it up, but it seems to have gone away. But I'm just going to hold on for a couple of minutes and just see if it wants to come back again. That's a good sign though. That's the most fish action I've seen in about 6 hours of, probably more than that, 6 to 8 hours of fishing. So I'll take it at the moment. Now it's the tricky question after having that bite. Do you put it back in the rod rest and leave it out for another minute or two? Or do you pull it in with the idea that the bait's probably been taken already? Always hard to know if there's anything left on there once you've had a little bit of a bite. I think I'm going to put that back in the rod rest, give it 5 more minutes, and if nothing comes back, then I'll reel it in and put a fresh bait on. But yeah, good sign, there's fish out there, so hopefully we can get one on the shore. Alright, so that's the first bait which I just brought back in. I'm not sure how well you can see that on the camera, but those hooks are well and truly yanked up, so that definitely got hit as expected. I was on that one. That was a normal pulley panel with a Sakuma Mantra on the bottom, 6.0 Sakuma Mantra, and then a Varivas 5.0 circle on the top. The one which is out there now, I've gone back to the old dongle, so that's just got a 6.0 Varivas on there, and I've left the line a little bit slack, partly just to try and compensate for the bit of wave movement, but also just to give that little bit more slack in the line to try and let the fish take the bait a bit more, and then that obviously helps for the circle to do its job. If the fish can actually take the bait and then turn and run with it, that's the ideal for the circle or the dongle, because it really just helps turn that hook into the scissors. So we'll see. It's quite hard to pick up the bites at the moment because the waves are sort of, as they moving the rod tip so much as well. but hopefully we get a nice decent bite, and it's obvious what's a wave and what's a bite, so fingers crossed, see what happens. I've got that other bait out there at the moment. I haven't had another bite just yet. My only concern with where I've decided to pitch up tonight is that this skier is actually really long, so it's got quite a long run that way before it actually hits the shore, and I'm just a little bit worried that I've maybe put myself a little bit too far out. So I kind of arrived here just on the right time and the fish were right there, and they've now sort of pushed past me towards the shore. I might have to wait a little bit till it starts ebbing, and then they come back out again. But yeah, we'll see. If got plenty of bait with us, so we can keep chucking it out there and see if we can get a good scent down in the water and see if we can pull something in. But yeah, this mark does fish well on high tide, so we've got about another hour until it actually hits full high water. So yeah, we'll just keep putting the baits in the water and see if we can pull something out. But it's actually really cold this evening. My suit is actually going all crispy. It's pretty much freezing up on me, so I'm full thermals underneath here. As you see, I've got the full balaclava on underneath there, neck warmer, the whole lot. So yeah, it's definitely a cold one. It's a really clear night actually, which yeah, I know some people say fishing on a clear night is a really bad idea, but never know until you try. Doesn't seem to make much difference to me. I've fished in big swells, mucky water, murky night, clear night, and I blanked every time, so just fun to get out fishing no matter what it is. But having said that, it would still be nice to get a fish, having put so much hours in over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, rambling again, so let's watch this rod and see if we can catch something. Well, literally as I said that, and I turned the lights off and turned the camera off, turn around, the rod is going like a good one, and yeah, just managed to pull this nice codling in. Ooh, lapping around. So yeah, it's a nice fish, not a very big one, but nice healthy fish, probably about a pound or so. So circle's just done its job right there in the scissors. So let's just try and get that out and get that unhooked. Sharp hook, so it's got a good barb on there, but there we go, that's that out. There we go, lovely nice fish that one, I'd say, nice and clean. So yeah, finally the hours have paid off, we've got something. So we'll go and get this back in the water, get another bait put out. The fish are on, so let's get them. So for anyone interested in what baits I'm using tonight, it's pretty much a variation of the same cocktails I'm always using. Normally backed with mackerel and then either squid, carp, worm on the top. This one's actually a bit of everything. So yeah, I've got some mackerel down the back, all of the carp in the middle there, as you can see, bit of squid over the top, and I find that just helps to sandwich that carp between the mackerel and the squid, and it just sort of holds that scent in there a bit better. And then I've just got a little bit of black lug on the top there as well, so nice little stinky cocktail there. And yeah, the circle hook just poking out of the top there, nice and proud hook point. So yeah, let's get that on, get it out. I'm buzzing now, the actual fish are around. I tell you, it's gets pretty disheartening putting in the hours and then not catching anything. So actually to get a few bites straight away and a fish on the second cast, I'm happy with that. Obviously love to have more fish this session, but if that's all it is, I'm good with that for now. So yeah, anyway, let's get this weight reset and get that fired back out and see if we can get something a little bit bigger. I know I mentioned there about being cold and this suit freezing up, but a little tip for anyone who gets cold hands while you're fishing, something I can really recommend is these Zippo, sorry it's a bit reflective in the light there, but these Zippo hand warmers, absolutely brilliant. I keep one of these in my pocket, and all I do is once I've cleaned my hands, I wear latex gloves because as much as I love fishing, I hate my hands stinking of all the carp and stuff. So yeah, latex gloves, clean them off with a cloth, keep this in my pocket, and then I just switch hands, just every couple of minutes, just switch it between the pockets and just hold on to it, and they are absolutely brilliant. It comes with a little filler, and you can do 3 hours or 6 hours, I think, and it really does, actually, if you fill it right up, it really does last like a good sort of 6-7 hours. Just runs off lighter fluid, and you just fill it up from that top bit. Absolutely brilliant bit of kit. So yeah, for any of you which get cold hands while you're out in the winter, I highly recommend. No more bites yet, but hopefully that fish was a sign of things to come. I just got what I thought was a cracking bite, and unfortunately it's what you don't really want to see when you're after the cod. Oh, slippery little bugger. It's a rockling, but decent size one at that. I can't even get it in the whole shot. Really decent size. I think it's a rockling. I'll have to check actually, yeah, because I don't think that is a smalling. I'll have a proper look at it. It's a bit hard to see when I'm staring into the light, but yeah, fish number 2. So again, perfectly in the scissors on that circle. So we'll get it unhooked, get a bit of a better look at it, and pop it back, and then see if we can get back out there. I'm sure one of those knocks I just got was a cod, but yeah. Anyway, let's see what happens on the next cast. Yeah, so I had a better look at that, and I'm 99% sure that was a rockling, but if someone thinks otherwise, happy to be corrected in the comments. So I've changed up the bait slightly now. So I was on mackerel, squid and carp before. I've gone for a bit of bluey squid and carp now. Sometimes I find just that slightly more oiliness of the bluey works quite well. Some people prefer just to stick with sort of crab and worm baits, but I always like to have a bit of fish on there, just personal preference. So yeah, now that tide's sort of moved in a bit, the water or the swell in front of me here has really dropped off, so it's still got movement further up there where it's sort of hitting the rocks and the beach a bit more, but yeah, definitely a lot quieter out in front of me here, which may be why we had that rockling, obviously with the sea just calming down a bit. But yeah, might still be able to get a cod or two. There was a chap a little bit further up actually, but it looks like he may well be packing up, so if that's the case, I might nip up there and just go on the spot which he was on. He may well have moved because he wasn't getting anything, so it's one of those things. I'm catching fish here, so I'll stick it out for another couple of casts, and yeah, if it goes a bit quiet, then I'll move up there, because I know I have had fish up there just on the turn of the tide. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this one, which is out there now. See if the bluey can do anything for us. Well, fish number 3 on the shore. Back onto the cod now, which is good. Just another small one, but I tell you what, I have never seen a small fish hit that rod so hard. That thing almost jumped out of the tripod. I thought I was into my PB there, but no, just a tiny little codling. But yeah, 3 fish, not too bad so far. Again, just in the scissors there on that circle hook, so nice and easy to get that one out, he says. It's got quite a tight circle on this one, so yeah, there we go. That hook's out now. Bait's just hanging out at the edge of the mouth on the end of the line there, so pop this one back in the water and then get another one out. Maybe bluey is the answer. I'll tell you one thing about fishing out on such a clear night. In a bit of a lull at the moment with the bites, and so I'm getting a bit distracted stargazing really. I've seen so many really good shooting stars tonight, like, you know, flying across the horizon. So yeah, I've just been keeping an eye out, watching those at the moment, as well as glancing at the rod tip. So anyway, that chap which was a bit further down, he has moved off now. So I'm a little bit unsure what to do. Like, I have been getting fish here, so do I just wait it out? Is my theory correct, and that the fish have gone further in, and I just wait here for them to come back out? Or do I actually go and try and chase them down there and hope that I'm on the right thought track? Yeah, I'm not sure. I might give it maybe one more cast here, wait for this bait to soak a bit more, and then give it one more chuck, and then maybe I might just move down there for a couple of casts and yeah, test the theory, see if it's right. But yeah, 3 fish so far. So unfortunately they have been going the wrong way. So I think that first one I probably put it about £1.5 pounds, the second one probably about £1, and then obviously had that rockling as well. So yeah, we need to go the other way. We want to get up into the 4, 5, 6 pounders. I'm determined this year to try and break my PB, which currently sits bang on £5. So yeah, I want to just get something out like that, even if it's 5.1. I'll be happy with that. I just want to get that PB this year. Yeah, it's been a long time. I think that was 2023 that PB was. So yeah, long overdue, I can tell you that. Been many hours chasing them, and just pulling in lots of 1.5, 2, 3 pounders. So yeah, want to get that bigger fish. Maybe, just maybe, this wind coming in at the weekend and possibly a trip up to Arbroath to a little bit deeper water, maybe that's the key. We'll see. But after having finally caught some fish in this session and filming it, I really hope that, as I mentioned at the beginning there, not having the mic, I haven't used this camera without the mic, so I really hope that the inbuilt one on there is actually decent and that you're able to hear this and it's not too much background noise. Yeah, let's keep stargazing, keep watching that rod for a bit longer, and then possibly move down there in a bit. Right, so I have made the decision to move further down, much closer to the water here. So again, like I mentioned, hopefully you can hear okay and there's not too much noise from the waves crashing on the rocks here. But I've just probably put one of my worst casts out there, so the bait's nowhere near where I want it to be. So I'm only going to give it a little small soak, and then I'll put it back in and put it actually where I want it to be. But yeah, we're just on the turn of the tide now, so it's starting to drop away. So I won't actually get too long on this bit, which I am now, before I probably have to either make the decision to call it a night and head home, or head back up to the end of the gully and fish where I was before. But it all went a bit quiet up there. Had that last cod, and then yeah, just had a couple of baits out and not really getting much action. So also going to have to change this tip light in a minute because it's a pretty hard sea right now. So let's give this one a little soak and see if it's picking anything up, and if not, we'll yeah, think of another plan. Right, well, unfortunately it's still a bit quiet, so I think it's not going to be too long before we call it a session. But I've just put a huge bait on there. I've just chucked everything on. I've got bluey, squid, carp, worm, mackerel, the whole lot. Just put a huge honking big bait on there and chucked that out as far as I can into the gully. So yeah, I'll probably give that one a good decent soak, see if that scent brings anything in. If we don't get anything on this cast, then I'll probably pack up for today. Yeah, don't want to do a big session tonight. Planning to hopefully do a big session at the weekend. So yeah, we'll see. Still got good movement out there, and yeah, there's still really good colour. So hopefully, if this swell can continue for the next couple of days, I reckon it'll be good at the weekend. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next video after this one, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a good one. He says it will probably end up being a blank, but you never know. It could be the one. It could be the good session. But to be honest, this one's been really good. I've had a really nice evening so far. It's yeah, been a really nice, cool night out here. And yeah, we've had 3 fish, 2 cod, 1 rockling so far, and I can't complain at that, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see if we can get another couple out, or another one out. And yeah, if not, we'll go and get everything cleaned up, reset, and ready for the next session. So yeah, bring you back in a few minutes if we get another fish on this big bait. Hopefully we do. Right, so that bait's been out there for a good wee while now. Had a good sort of 15-20 minute soak and not get anything. So I know I said I was going to call it a session, but I can't help myself. I've got one wrap of cart left, so I'm going to put another bait together, and I'm going to put all the tackle box and stuff back in the car. I'm going to take just you and the rod rest back up to the other mark where I was, where I had those other 2 fish. I'm going to have that one last chuck up there. So let's get moving and see if that last little bit of cart can do the business. Oh God, it's cold. Right, we're back up at the place where we started. I managed to find a little bit of razor in the bottom of the bait bag, so I've strapped that onto the edge. I managed to clobber together with that other cart I mentioned one other bait, so tipped the one which was on there with a bit of razor, got another one, cart, bluey and razor. So yeah, basically 2 more baits, and we're going to call it a night after that. But let's see if these last 2 can actually do the damage on anything, or whether the fish have moved on. Maybe they've moved on, and we just had that little bit of luck near the beginning of the session, but not to worry. I didn't change the tip light, and that is definitely dying, so I'm getting pretty tired eyes, and the little green dot in the sky is hard to see now. So come on, fingers crossed that one of these 2 baits can get us another last fish. Oh, I'm absolutely gutted. That second to last bait which I just had out there, I just got a huge knock on it, and I just got a bit too excited and struck into it too early, and so I missed it, which is really annoying. So that last bait is on there now. Just gone straight back out in the same spot as quickly as I could. So fingers crossed whatever fish that was is still hanging around and is still hungry. So see if this last bait can do anything, and if not, then it's pack up and then time to get back home. It's about 12:30 tonight, oh, 12:30 now. So it's actually turned out to be a much longer session than I thought. I was only going to plan to be out for a couple of hours, 2.5 hours or so, but I've been out for about 4.5 hours now. So yeah, come on, let's see if that fish comes back. Well, that's me back in the truck now, trying to defrost a bit. It's been a really nice but cold evening. Yeah, good session. Nice to get some codling finally back on the shore. So we had that one fish, probably about 1.5 pounds to start with. Then we got the rockling after that, and then we had that third codling, which was probably only about 1 pound, but I was so sure that was going to be a bigger fish from that bite. It really did bend the rod down when it took it. So yeah, good to get those fish in, and then unfortunately I did miss a really good bite right at the end there on that second to last bait. I just got a bit too eager and just struck into it a bit too early, so that was a bit of a shame. And then yeah, unfortunately that last bait didn't produce anything, but yeah, all in all, good session. So nice to finally get some fish back on the shore. So yeah, if the weather does what it's forecast to do, then I'll definitely be back out again in a couple of days time. So there will be another video on its way after this one. Not sure yet. I'm just going to keep an eye on the conditions. Might stay local where I am down here, or might possibly head up to Arbroath, just see where it looks good. But yeah, I really appreciate all the engagement on the videos, the comments and the thumbs up. Really enjoy engaging with you guys on those comments, so thanks very much for that. Keep them coming. Got any questions, anything like that, yeah, just fire away, put them in the comments section. Yeah, that's it from me for now, until the next one, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Cheers, bye.